Oh man. Hey, it wouldn't make sense if I didn't run out of storage. I just made a full video, but ran out of storage. I'm gonna jump straight into the video. You feel me? What's good with y'all for my returning people? Welcome, I'm Chris. Welcome to the Fly Crew. The title of the video is You Have to Face Yourself. So, you have to face yourself. You have to understand that, I had to come to the realization that I wasn't being everything that I could be. I wasn't as good as a person that I was telling myself that I was. And I had to really look at myself, and I had to really understand, like, damn, there's always more that you can do as a human being, as a person, as a friend, as a lover. There's always more that you can do, but sometimes you can mask certain things because it's easier to place blame on other people rather than looking at yourself and really understanding, like, damn, in a lot of situations, I can be the problem. I can be the problem in a lot of situations. So, I had to really come to the realization, like, damn, I wasn't being as good as a friend, or as good as a brother, as good as a sibling, all different types of situations, because sometimes you can be so lost into your head, into your own world, that you kind of forget that everybody else is going through something. It's easy to be so focused on you to the point where you kind of neglect the people around you, because it's like you're just kind of so lost in what you got going on. And there's nothing wrong with being focused on you and bettering yourself. But at the same time, when you have people around you that are really real and really care for you, you have to be able to be there for them as best as you can. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I want to sit here and say on this video, like, make sure you're being as compassionate as possible. Make sure you're being as understanding as possible, because we're all going through something. Just because you may have one portion of your life figured out doesn't mean you have everything figured out now. Just because you might be financially good doesn't mean you have every portion of your life figured out. We all going through, relationship problems, financial problems, physical health problems. Like, man, we all going through different things in life. So one thing I want to sit here and say is, man, make sure you're being compassionate. Make sure you have grace for people. Make sure you're being conscious of how you're reacting to certain situations, because some people may come at you in a manner where it's like, why are they doing that? Like, and it's easy to immediately get defensive in certain situations. But when you really kind of think about it and realize, like, damn, this person is going through something, especially if it's a stranger you don't know, this person is going through something that maybe I couldn't understand. And it's easy to give that reaction, to match the energy and be like, hold on, nah, like, I'm not going for that. I'm not finna sit there and allow you to disrespect me. But when you get to this point where you kind of understand, like, damn, this person is going through something that maybe I could never understand. And if it's a stranger, it's like, man, I don't know them. But even when it comes down to the people that it's like, damn, unless you really having those conversations, like, man, you don't know what anybody is really going through, behind closed doors. So it's like, I want to, push this message. Make sure you're being compassionate. Make sure you're being understanding. Make sure you're leaving room and you leaving space for people to be able to come to you and confide in you. And, make sure you're being able to, have those people around you that you can confide in, that you can really talk to, and let your feelings and your emotions out, because, man, that's a big thing. And I know it's kind of hard to navigate and know who you can really tell certain things to, because nowadays people will try to use that against you. You know what I'm saying? But if you really have real people in your life that really care about you and that want to see you do good, you can't neglect those people. It's better to be able to tell those people, like, hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling this way. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm acting this certain type of way, I don't want you to feel no type of way, but this is what I'm going through, type shit. You know what I'm saying? instead of just kind of distancing yourself, especially if you know it's real people in your life. You know, I done struggled with this, you know, with not only my siblings, but shoot, friends, other family. Like, it's kind of easy to get lost in your own world where it's like, man, I feel like, man, nobody understand me. Nobody understand what I'm going through. Like, nah, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that understand what you're going through, because we all going through a lot of the same things in life, man. You might have one portion of life figured out, but that doesn't mean you have every portion of life figured out. You feel me? You might have your finances right, but that don't mean you got your relationship figured out. That don't mean you got your relationship with the Most High figured out. So we all are really going through something. We all living in our own worlds. You feel me? It's 8 billion people on this world. It's 8 billion worlds, because everybody's living in their own world. Everybody's living in their own reality. Everybody is perceiving things differently. So it's like, when you know you have real people in your life, you got to be able to connect with these people and really let them know, like, hey man, like, this is what's going on, and I don't want you to feel like I'm neglecting you or I'm trying to push you away, but I'm really letting you know what's going on. So if this is, you know, maybe how I'm acting, you know, I'm letting you know that, you know, and that's just being real. You know, when you can really be real and you can really put yourself out there and really like let people know, like, hey, like, man, this is what it is. You can build a true bond with people through doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to kind of just close yourself off to everybody, and you know, it's kind of easy to place the blame on everybody else. Like, man, this is why I'm acting like this, or you know, my this my growing up, my dad didn't show me love, so it's like I'm gonna act like this towards other people, or you know, I got bullied when I was younger, so now I feel like I can't confide in other people because I feel like they're gonna talk about me, or they're not gonna. Man, you gotta let that shit go. And it's easier said than done. It takes time, it takes a process, but you can't be pushing and projecting certain things on the other people just because of the certain things you may have went through, you know, especially in the past. You gotta let it go. You know, that's a part of really growing. You gotta let things go. You gotta let the past go, and you gotta be able to have enough space. You know, you gotta be able to have your heart open to allow people to come in and, you know, connect with you and really build something with you, and be able to, you know, tell people certain things about yourself and have them tell certain things about theyself to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you really build meaningful connections. But you have to face yourself. You have to face the good things and the bad things. You know what I'm saying? I would have told myself that I was a good person, but a lot of the things that I do, when I really look at my life, is like, damn, I kind of neglect people. I don't be checking in on people. I'm not always necessarily somebody that can verbalize, you know, how I feel. And sometimes that can, you know, innately that can be pushing people away from me, you know, good people. So you have to really face yourself. You got to really face those demons. You got to really face, you know, not only the, you know, the dark side, but also the light side. You know, there are good qualities about you, but there's also qualities that you need to work on to grow. And understand that we're all going through something. You feel me? I know you going through something behind this camera. You feel me? I promise you there's things that I'm going through, but at the end of the day, it's not on me to try to push that on other people just because I may feel some certain type of way. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not cool. So I want to just tell y'all, make sure you're being conscious of how you're projecting yourself. You know, it's easy in a situation where somebody is coming at you in a malicious manner to react and match the energy. But it's like, when you really think about it, it's like, why are they coming at me like this? It's not even necessarily you that they mad at. They could be mad at some whole other shit, but it's making them lash out and they projecting that onto the world. So when you have that understanding, it's like you can have more compassion for people. You can have more understanding for people. So make sure you just doing the self-reflection. Make sure you looking at yourself in the mirror. You got to really look at yourself. You got to really look at the things that you've done. You got to look at the things that people have done to you as well. But you got to understand you are only in control of what you can control, which is you can control your thoughts. Maybe you can't control your initial thought, but you can control your second thought. You might not be able to control your initial reaction, but you can control your second reaction. So make sure that you're doing the inner work, and make sure that you're really looking at yourself and you're really analyzing the things that you can do to become a better person, to really grow, and to really be able to be somebody that some people can confide in. And not only people can confide in, that you find the people that you can confide in as well, because you know we need that. We all need to be able to express ourselves and tell people, you know, how we're really feeling, because man, it's real out here. Like, man, life is real. You know, we all have visions, we all have dreams, we all have goals and aspirations, but man, you know, life can get real. Life can get really real, man. And I know that, and I understand that, and I feel for you. But don't be pushing people away just because maybe things in the past, or don't be pushing people away just because maybe certain feelings you may have, or you know, you might have created a certain narrative in your head that's not even necessarily true. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you're really looking at yourself in the mirror, and make sure you're really coming to terms with, you know, the person that you want to be going forward in your day-to-day life. I don't want to really push this video out too long. It's Thanksgiving. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I hope that y'all really enjoyed y'all's day, man. Like, make sure you telling the people that you thankful for, that you thankful for them. Make sure you telling yourself that you know what I'm saying, all the things you thankful for. You know, at the end of the day, you still can breathe, you still can walk, you still can talk. It's so many things to be thankful for today, man. But I appreciate y'all tapping into the video. You feel me? Y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video if y'all resonated with it. And I'm out.